put our hands together for Rose, Nyawira, Ngari.
Yes, fortunately or unfortunately, I work in an industry that is male-dominated when it comes to when you speak about investments and everything in Kenya. So when I decided to branch out, I studied law, as yes, the profile says. I studied law. Then I realized when working in a law firm, I did internship in a law firm, this is not for me. This every morning you wake up, you're doing files, you're carrying files like from here to Timbuktu to go to the court. And then in the evening you come back, you start doing paperwork. Like paperwork never stops in a law firm. And I hate routine. I hate comfort zones and I hate routine. And that's what I felt law was offering me. Yeah? So I decided to look for a job in an investment company. So how the job came about, still when I was in campus, I got my first degree, called my son. He's 11 years old now. Yeah, his name is Keith. So that was my first degree. So at some point, when he was 6 months, my mom told me, there is no way I'm going to be buying diapers for your son. And I'm sorry to say this, it might sound crude, but this is the truth. There's no way I'm going to buy diapers for your son and buy you pads. So you need to go look for your pads, and I will buy diapers for the boy. So I'm in that year. I'm like, okay, sawa. So went to look for a job. I got a job as a salesperson. They didn't even need a salesperson, but I made them need a salesperson for in an investment company. And then after 2 months, their receptionist was going on maternity leave. Luck. So I was told, sit at the reception. You have a pretty face. I'm like, I have no idea what to do at the reception other than answer the phone, yeah? Then I was serving one of the clients and they said, he's old. He had invested millions, by the way. Then he asked me, how old are you? And I said, old enough to be working here. Then he told me, if you have not made your first million, there is no way you can advise me on how to invest. Yeah. So at that point, you're like, okay, enyewe, you're earning 15 Gs in Nairobi, you have a child, you have house rent to pay, you have a house help to pay because you have to leave the child home, yeah? You have transport to pay, and yes, you're in Nairobi. How do you survive? Hi. So I decided, you know what? This is the calling that I needed, or this is the push that I needed to get out of comfort zone. So from the receptionist, went to the back office, customer service, just customer service officer. Then after some time, customer service manager. In the same company, I served there for 4 years. Then after when I reached customer service manager, I realized it's either the CEO leaves or I leave. Because where else do you go? Yeah, your career growth has reached the peak at that point, yeah? Where else do you go? So I looked for a job in another company, still head of customer service. Then I was given a sales department that had about 85 people to run. And then when I was 6 months into that job, another company started and they decided, by the way, this person has been around for a while. So I was poached. Went to a new company. So this time, I fired myself from a well-paying job, went to a startup. Reason being, I didn't want comfort zone. I wanted growth. Yeah. So I went to another company. I'm not going to mention the companies. Served there for 5 years until 2019. When I realized in 2019, any time I was talking to either of the supervisors, and so I was head of departments all through, but anytime now I'm talking to the person who's higher than you when you're doing your review, you're telling them your big dream, and they keep adding. So I felt like I'm a rabbit because they keep giving you a carrot every time I want to move, yeah? I want more growth. But this company is not offering me the growth that I needed, yeah? So they keep giving you a carrot, and the carrot at that time is salary raise, or yes, other benefits that you may need, or by the way, we need to have another department that needs to start, we want to give you other, so they keep giving you. So that's the time I realized these people, if you don't have a dream for your life, someone else will have a dream for your life. Yeah? And the dream for your life, the one that they will have, is so that you can satisfy their dreams. So that they can, you see, an employer will never pay you enough for you to buy the same car, the one that they have. Reason being, mtakuwa the same level. Right or wrong? So this time, you actually think, is my dream bigger than this position, yeah? Is my dream bigger than? So I left a job that was paying 6 figures and went and started out a company, literally from scratch. And it was crazy. That was the dream started in 2017, after sitting down with a client that I was advising, and the client wanted to move their investments. They had been working for KQ. KQ that time was hiring and firing a lot of pilots were moving to other airlines, Qatar being one of them. So the client was moving to Qatar Airlines, yeah? And he sat down with me and told me, I have only this afternoon to make a decision on how to move my pension, the pension that I've accrued in KQ, to another company, company that is offering pension plans. So within that afternoon, I called different investment management companies, and you're told, we will give, the sales team will call you, please hold, someone else is getting in touch with you. Nobody called. Only one company got in touch. They got in touch. They decided to wait for the client to go to town to open the account and everything. They were leaving the office at 7, but so far he's still invested there, yeah? So that dream was, if all investments, instead of me calling all the companies and getting the information that I need, and it's just doing a comparison between companies, different companies, what if we could just put all that information into one platform, yeah? Such that when a client comes to this platform, they can see which investment company do you know? Anyone from the top of your head? Saiton, Britam, CIC, yes. If all that information from the different companies can be put into one platform, such that I take my phone, I search what is the best money market fund. So we shall go through those investment products. What is the best investment product right now in 2021? I can get it from one platform. I don't have to open 10 tabs of 10 different companies. That is the basic idea of our company, which is called Vasili Africa. Yeah, but today we are going to be having 2 sessions, one on investments, the other one on entrepreneurship and business planning. But we are going to start with the business planning one. Yes. So today I think we've done the basic introduction of Vasili, so we can go. So this is a part of the team. Another one refused to send her photo, but she will be speaking to us. Then, yes, the next. Yes, so we talk about business planning. And right now, I want us to be in, how many are we? 31. So I want us to divide ourselves in groups of 5. One group will have, I think, 6. Yeah? Yes, 6 and 1, 7, yes. Yeah, okay. So divide ourselves. Venye tu tumeketi, you can get near each other, because we are going to be doing an exercise throughout. 20 seconds. You come up with a business idea. Yes. 20 seconds. Okay, 30. A business idea, and give it a business name. Now the business name will be your group name. Sawa? Make sense? So as a group, The ambience, the ambience. Tumemalizana na kahawa. Kahawa. Write it down. Hello. If you can hear me, say good morning. Yeah? You have to. I just dear and a name just on the top of your head. Don't think too much into it. Don't think too much into it. Aya. The group at the very end, at the corner. Your business name? Sorry? Please. Ngombe Fresh Meat Suppliers. Okay, I already know what you're doing by that name. Who will write down for me? Ngombe Fresh Meat Suppliers. Yes. Aya. Your group?
Our group is called Pop It Cold.
Sorry?
Pop It Cold.
Pop It Cold?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We are dealing with, we are selling ice.
You're selling ice. Okay. Pop It Cold. Uh-huh. The middle group? Uh-huh.
Ours is by 5M Logistic Company.
Sorry? 5M Logistics Company. I already know what you're doing, logistics, yeah? Okay. The group behind you? Yes. Oh, kwani nyinyi ni wengi aje? Okay, this group? Aya, your group. Sorry? Grand Bench? Business. Okay. Good. So you know why you chose your business name, you know why you chose the business idea, yeah? So I want us to think through a few different things that we do when it comes to business planning, yeah? What you actually take into account. So this is more theory, but it will be more practical in the end. Remember, you have your business idea, yeah? So in the end, we shall go back to whatever we have learned here and apply it on our business idea and see whether it works. Sawa sawa. So we will move very fast, but I hope we can get it. I will not read through this. I will not read through it. I will just pinpoint what is important and give our story, give my story in between it. Sawa sawa? Okay. So whatever we are creating when it comes to, whatever you're creating when it comes to business, the first thing that you actually look at is a business model canvas. So a business model canvas, basically, it's like writing your business plan from the name, the branding concept that you're going to be having, yeah, whatever marketing options that you're going to use, everything, how you're going to get to your customers, how you're going to get to, how you're going to beat your competitors, the value proposition that you have over your competitors and why your customers should prefer you and not other people, how you're going to collect your revenue and how you're even going to hire. Yeah, it is everything that you look at. So why is it important? It gives us focus, flexibility, and transparency, such that right now, when I'm hiring someone into my company, they already know this is what Vasili Africa stands for. This is the customers that we are focusing on, or the clients. So they are different. In service industry, I think we say clients. In goods industry, I think we say customers. Yeah. So these are the customers that we are focusing on. This is why we are different from competitors. This is the value proposition so everybody who comes, you can explain your business canvas model to a 2-year-old or to a 4-year-old. Just recently, my son asked me, or he likes asking me every time I go home, how much money have you made today? I'm like, I don't have to tell you. You know, you're 11. What? Then he says, no, just tell me what do you do so that you can make money. Yeah? Have you made money? It gives me the push, yeah? For if I was, and that is why also Vasili Africa was formed, for education purposes, yeah? If at this age, did your parents ever talk to you about money? Do they? You are thrown into the deep end. You figure it out on yourself, yeah? You're told, go to school, learn, get a good job, and then what happens after that? What happens in campus? After you've gotten help, a lot of people just start drinking sababu. Tumepata hii pesa moto moto, haraka haraka as we move, you know, yeah? But if we had the education of money management from the time we were young, I think if you look at the way Indians have grown up, they're taken to the shops in River Road to sell books, yeah? They already know this is a family business that needs continuity. This is what it needs. So by my son asking me how much money have I made on that day, first of all, I feel guilty sometimes because in the life of an entrepreneurship, sometimes you feel so bad, like something can happen in the morning and you just shut down. And you Netflix the whole day. You just zoom out, yeah? And then other days, you're on a high. Everything is happening. I write down my activities on a daily basis, yeah? What I need to do. And tick down the box. So I go ticking. And then if I make a call to one client and they decide, and it was a big deal, and they decide, by the way, we are not going to go with you guys. Sometimes you feel so bad, you just shut down, sleep, yeah? And it's okay. It's in the life of an entrepreneur. It is okay. You have your highs, you have your lows, but you know how to balance. At the end of the day, remember, you're paying yourself, you're your own motivation, yeah? You have people who are looking up to you. When you start an enterprise, people are looking at you for you to fail, not for you to succeed, for you to fail, so that they can say, tulimwambia, mbona aliacha job, you know? So you need to keep yourself, like I am proving them wrong and proving myself right that I'm going to succeed, always, always. Sasa, so it gives you, as I said, the business model canvas gives you focus, flexibility, and transparency. We can go to the next slide. Actually, I hate using slides, but yeah. I think we've talked about this, the next one as well. So we can share this. So there are 9 building blocks when it comes to the business model canvas. The first one is the value proposition. The value proposition is very simple. What are you offering your customers so that they can prefer you? So you have your business idea. And as we go on, I want us to think about that business idea. Nyama fresh, academic writing, yeah? Real estate, and ice. There was another one. Yeah? Logistics, kahawa. What are we offering? How many kahawa points are there in this Nairobi? How many houses, how many shops are offering coffee? People are even selling them on the streets, yeah, as you walk along. But why would people prefer our coffee and not anybody else's coffee? Why would they prefer to come and sit in our shop? Why would someone prefer to come to buy meat from you and not any other person? Yeah? So you have to create a value proposition for your product. As well, as you're looking at the value proposition, you look at the other part, their competitors. Do we look at what competitors do? So just recently, we have a client that we're dealing with. It's a tech company. So they're going to be doing blockchain in Kenya. First of all, a lot of people do not understand blockchain when it comes to anything else apart from trading in crypto at the moment, yeah? I also don't understand it as well. So we are learning with them as they develop the product. Then another company called Cardano announced that they're doing something else, still for blockchain in Kenya, in partnership with the government. So these guys called me in the middle of the night at 12. Oh my God, have you seen what Cardano is doing? I am so panicking. We need an investor now. And I asked them, okay, you need an investor. So we have been dealing with them for the last 1 month. You need an investor now. But what is your company name? They don't have. Yeah. Have you done registration? No. Do you have any way that you have? Do you have a brand? No. How long has this Cardano been in business? Since 2016. For the last 5 years. So they have gone through the process of growth and partnership and all. Yes, it's an outside company. It's come to Kenya. However, I want us to go back and think about it. When Safaricom was coming into Kenya, yeah, there was Telcom, right? And there was Airtel, right? Did Safaricom look at those two and say we're not going to start in the Kenyan market because of Telcom and Airtel? Right now, if you have a phone line, you either have Safaricom and any other line. True or false? Yeah? So you have to look at the competitor in a way. You remember when Peggy was saying benchmark? Sometimes you benchmark against competitors so that you can grow and see what they're doing that is not in line with that you want to add value to, and maybe the differentiation factor. And remember, there is no idea on this earth, yeah? Even the good book says, there is no idea on this earth, under the earth, that is new. True? Whatever you're thinking, someone else is thinking, yeah? The differentiating factor is how you implement, and that is now your value proposition. So you look at the value proposition in such a way that I am looking at myself as a product. What product am I bringing into the market? How is it going to make a difference? And as well, if for the customer side, so there are two sides of the value proposition. For the customer side, what is this that they're going to get from me that they cannot get from the competitor? Yeah? So as Vasili, I know, what we offer is unbiased, independent financial education, yeah? So if you come to us, we will tell you there are very many investment companies, yeah? Very, very many of them. But according to your goals, according to your preferences, according to your life plan, we think these 5 will suit your life plan. However, on your side, how do you feel? Yeah, so we've given you an array of them, all of them, a choice to make, so that you can see, does it suit my life and the like. So the same thing with your product. So look at your product. You're still looking at your product, yeah? We shall go back to the business groups. We're still looking at your product. What value does it offer to the market? What does it have? Is it soft meat? Is it different flavors of ice pops? What kind of kahawa are we offering? Yes, those things. Then we look at the customer segment. Which customers are we targeting? When we said kahawa point, we said because, yes, upmarket, kinda. When you said real estate, what kind of customers are you targeting? Yeah, are you targeting? Do you want to do I think you've seen there's a Netflix series for very high-end houses in LA, in America, and those people make money. I can't remember the name, but they make a lot of money in commissions. Yeah, yes, million. Yes, like. If you look at the way those girls are making money, you're wondering, guy, hizi nyumba ziko Kenya, you know. Then, so what kind of customers are you targeting? Are you targeting the affordable housing? Or are you targeting the high end? Or are you targeting the middle class? Yeah? Then, when I know my customer segment, how am I going to reach them? Yes. What activities am I going to do so that I can reach them? Yeah, when it comes to the meat, I'm really inclined to the meat one, because last year with COVID, when everything was down, I realized my friends were coming to my house. I used to get meat at Dagoretti Market, yeah, in bulk. So my friends come over and then take meat from my freezer, wanaenda kukula, and they don't refund me. And I told them, let me make it a business, man. I will be going to the market for you and getting the meat in bulk. So I'm really inclined to that, yeah. So I want to know what kind of activities are you going to do so that you can get the meat to the customer, so that when they take it, they know for sure everything has been factored in, whether it's the price, the pricing, the meat is soft and all, everything, yeah, has been factored in. And then, what kind of resources do I need? So all these, the points that are here, are in different slides, so we are not going to go into those different slides. Sawa? So we are going to take as much as we can from here. The key resources, what key resources do I need for ice pops? How much money do I need to set it up? Yeah. Do I need delivery guys? Do I need packaging material? All those things. Do I need people? Like, can I do it on my own, or do I need to employ people? Those are the resources, is human resource and money resource as well, yeah? Do I need to employ? Sometimes you realize when you're starting a startup, you don't need other people. You can do it on your own, yeah? As long as, and as well, you also realize, like us, we realized, in 2019 when I started, by the way, I had a big dream. So I took my pension, all my savings, and put it in the business. And I wanted an office that I would be paying 100,000, because I had a big dream of having different departments. You know, when you're starting, you see it all, yeah? You see it all. So 100,000, you can imagine how many people should be seated in the office. You're not realizing that you're going to be paying rent on a continuous basis. So I have money for deposit and month 1. After month 2, what happens if the business doesn't pick up? And you need to be paying salaries. Hey, I have hired now. This year in August was our first employee. Yeah, how many years down the line? 2.5. And even then I cannot pay myself, so let me pay someone who can do the other business, yeah? Because I've tried dividing myself as much as possible and I cannot. So start thinking, what is the cost of setting up this business? How many people do I need to hire? Can I operate on my own? Most of the time you'll actually realize if you don't need an office, please don't take one. Do not take one. And in between that time, I was busy thinking, let me look for an investor, a high-end investor. I got an investor who wanted to give us cash, but not cash. They wanted to give us office space for 40% of the company. The office space, I was supposed to be paying 100,000. I was like, does it make sense? 40% of my company, the valuation of the company is 100 million, and then I give 40% of it because of office space. It doesn't make sense. Moved on, decided my office is my bed. I've done a few webinars that I'm usually on my bed. So you actually need to realize, see, I'm paying rent in this house. I'm paying internet. Let me make the most out of it. Yeah, it is not just Netflix. Minimize the cost of starting a business to the minimum. Yeah, only do the necessary things that you need to do. Minimize the costs. Yeah, if the most necessary thing that you need to do is registration of a company. And after you have registered, if you're doing a partnership, that is the other thing that I need to say. Please make sure that you're doing a partnership with someone who you are aligned with. Otherwise, in 2017, I started Vasili, but under a different name. It was called Vasili Africa, with a partnership with someone. However, he had different ideas, very different ideas. So mine was investments, distribution, yeah? He wanted to go into lending money, so a microfinance way. And I'm like, first of all, you need money so that you can lend money. We don't even have this money. And then it's taken us since 2017 to this year, when I've finally sold the company, but it took us talking to lawyers and him threatening me and I threatening him until we are like, hatupelekani mahali, so let's just part ways, because the company is not generating revenue. So in 2019, when he refused to get other people in, and he refused us to go on with the investment distribution, he just wanted to do lending, I decided let's part ways. He refused to let go of his 50%. So what I did is, it's never that serious, it's just a name. there is no revenue to that name, yeah? It is just a company name and the registration amount, which was 20K. Looked for another name and registered another company and moved. Yeah? So the one thing that you need to learn as well, do not get attached as you go along when it comes to business. Don't get attached to business names exactly, especially business names and partners who are not feeding into your path. Let go as soon as possible. Learn fast, make the mistakes, learn fast and move on. Yeah? Don't get attached. Otherwise, when you get attached, utalalia maskio. Yes, other people, you'll be seeing other people are going ahead and you're not going ahead. Then after we've gone to the key resources I've talked about partnerships, I've talked about hiring, I've talked about offices and everything, all the costs that you may need to start the business. After we've gone to the key resources, now you look at the channels. What channels do I need for my business to be known? Is it social media? Do I need to hire someone for social media? Do I need to shout across newspapers and the like? There was a company last year that was doing oxygen at the height of COVID, yeah? They shouted in the newspapers that they are doing oxygen. Shouted. When you go to the ground, things are different. They are setting up. They are setting up. But everybody knew the only company, when at the height of COVID, the only company that could do oxygen and is doing it well is this company. So funders, investors, there's an investor from the US who wanted to give them a lot of money. Came to the ground. They don't even have equipment. It's just an idea. It is just an idea. So you have to figure out, how do I want to reach my customers? What channels am I using to promote this? Do I want to use word of mouth? That is the easiest, yeah? So it means treat my first client very well, so that they can speak to the second client, so that they can speak to the third client, yeah? That is almost zero cost for me, because I only needed to do good client service, right? Yes. Then you look at the key partners that you need. In your logistics company, so what are you moving? That is the question, yeah? In Nyama, in the Nyama business, where are you getting the meat from? Yeah? What are you moving? Where are you getting real estate? Who do you need? Do you need are you doing agency? Are you doing sales? Do you need the homeowners? Do you need the customers? What kind of partnerships do you need? And when you look at this, the first thing that comes to you is relationships. Build your relationships very tightly, yeah? Money does not matter in this world. The only thing that we take in this world, when you die, the obituary is usually, if you look at those obituaries, they don't say how much you owned. They say where you worked, yeah? Your children, your family, your brothers, your sisters, right? What matters most and what we shall take from here, from this world, is the relationships that we keep, yeah? And these relationships are the ones that open doors. And these are the people that there's a saying, you're as rich as your network. So keep your networks very tight, yeah? And when you look at these partnerships, the one thing that I learned is not everybody is privy to your energy, yeah? Especially when you're building a business, not everybody is privy to your energy. And your friends, I have learned, your friends might never buy from you. Never, ever. You might actually get more customers from strangers than people who know you. Yeah? So focus on that. Don't focus on the people who are around you. Focus on the people who are around you mostly, they usually look at you so that they can, for you to fail, I said that, for you to fail so that they can say, and tulimwambia. When I quit my job in 2019 and started the company, I didn't tell people until 3 months later. I didn't even tell, especially my mother. She was like, for 3 months, you have not been working. You tell me every day you're going to work. What work? Yeah? Because she's a teacher. So what is her preference? Go to school, go to a good school, yeah? Get a good job, She's been a teacher she's retiring in the next 2 years. So she's been a teacher for the longest. Her line of work, she just knows waking up, going to the employer, giving her best and going back home. Bare minimum. Do not dream beyond. Yeah? So for me, dreaming beyond, because I even told my brothers, I'm the only girl, the last born. So you can imagine how protective they are, yeah? So I told the brother that I follow, 1 month after I quit, remember we are living in the same house at that time. But I wake up every day going to work. Yeah? But I'm going to build, I go sit in Java, buy coffee and start building my company profile from scratch. Yeah? Then 1 month later, I tell them, by the way, I quit. I am working on this company, and they're like, what do you mean? Where will you get your rent from? Nini. So all through, they have been waiting for you to fail so that they can come in and tell you, by the way, now look for a job. Yes. So always make sure that the partners that you're keeping around you are people who feed into your energy, complete into your energy. Whatever you want to do, they align to you, they align to your business, they give you the best that they can, yeah? And don't look at, as I said, not everybody around you will support you, yeah? Then you look at the cost structure. What is the cost structure of building that business? Whatever that you need, if it's real estate, how do we need to start? How much money do we need? Think about it now other than later before you start the business, yeah? Think about it now. And as I said, keep the costs minimum, yeah? Most of the time you actually even bootstrap. One of the same company, the same tech company that we are working with, when we told them to, because we are doing their business model, yeah? And I told them to give me the employee costs. They gave me employee costs. So it's the CEO. Like, there are 3. But their salaries at the end of the month, whatever they are paying themselves. Remember, it's their business, yeah? Whatever they are paying themselves at the end of the month is amounting to 3.5 million per month. So I was like, hey, ata hamna brand, you don't even have a logo. That is the time you're supposed to be feeding into your company because you're paying it forward. It's delayed gratification. You're putting in as much money right now. Say that you're not going to pay yourself for the next 2-3 years, and then you'll start harvesting from it, yeah? The moment it's known, in 2022, Vasili will be paying me a very good salary. At the moment, it is not, yeah? It's giving me the bare minimum. But I'm feeding into it, yeah? Until such a point where when I say I am earning 6 figures from the company, I am actually earning 6 figures from the company. So look at the cost structure that you need, and then the revenue streams. Something very important. How are you going to make money from this business? And it is tied to the cost structure. I go back to the Nyama business, yeah? It cost me, I was delivering meat twice a week, Fridays and Wednesdays. So I used to drive to Dagoretti, get the meat, spend a whole day, literally, getting the meat in the morning because you have to get quality meat. I was packing it, so in a katakata, in a kg, then pack it, and then deliver in the afternoon. By the time I get home, remember it's curfew hours, yeah? That time. By the time you get home, you are so tired. The car is smelling of meat. You're smelling of meat. The only thing you want to do is shower and sleep. I haven't eaten the whole day. So wake up the next day. I need to focus on Vasili. I realized it's taking too much time, yeah, and too much energy out of me, such that I'm not focusing on my core business, which is Vasili. So I decided in December, let me take a hold on it until I can figure out a few things. Delivering meat was good because it was keeping me busy and everything on days where the business was slow. However, I need to figure out a few things. What are the few things? First, logistics, how I'm going to get the nyama from Dagoretti, and then how I'm going to deliver it to the customers. So you need to figure out, and how I'm going to make money, because sometimes the profit that you make, given the costs that were involved and the time that was involved, does not make sense at all. Does not make sense. So you need to figure out everything to the latter when it comes to the revenue. And I think I've finished my presentation. Questions? Yes. So now I want us to go back. I'm going to show you how business model canvas looks like. Remember, there were 9 pillars that we're looking at here. We're looking at the value proposition, the customer segment, the key activities, the key resources, channels, customer relations. Yes, customer relations, I mentioned it when it came to the customer segments. Key partners, cost structure, and the revenue. Yeah? So I want us to go back to our groups. Yes, it was the last part. Yes. And you need to keep accounts, book of accounts for your business. Do not, when it comes to the revenue streams, when you spend money for business, for personal use, please account for it. Yeah? When you spend, when you put in your personal money as well into the business, please account for it, everything, so that you can see whether it's how it's balancing out. Sawa sawa? Yeah. So yesterday you said something interesting. Out of the 50 bob that was displayed, you said you would spend it to go and you spend it as fare to go and sell an idea. Just expound for me. What idea? What idea came at the top of your head from that? Yes.
There are people who are finance.
Mm-hmm.
They lack ideas.
Mm-hmm.
So supposing you, for instance, there are people who are ready to finance an idea.
Mm-hmm.
So supposing you went to rather put, just like a proposal, you just decide to go and meet the people, rather financial institution, you explain to them your idea, then maybe you get the funding.
Okay. But remember, when it comes to financials, especially because now I speak for the different ends, yeah, they never give you money until they have seen you have put in effort as well. You have put in effort in terms of the idea, bringing it into fruition a little, and also a little bit of your money, yeah, because that is, for them, it's 100% risk. They would rather just, employ someone to do the idea, yeah. Why would they give you the money? That is the question. And that is where it comes to the value proposition, everything. So now we have the business idea that we have. In groups, we go back to the groups. Yeah? See? Partnerships again. We are going back to partnerships, the people you get around you. In each company, there has to be a leader. Yeah? So the one thing that I was struggling with when it comes, you can be the business, the idea carrier, but you really don't have to be also the CEO. Yeah, a lot of people want to tie founder, CEO titles. Titles don't make sense sometimes. Sometimes what makes sense is how you're implementing the idea. One of the companies I was working for, the CEO said once, we were seated in a group. The company was big, like 500 employees. And then he was asked, what is your goal for in the next 2 years? And he said he doesn't want to be CEO. He is the founder of the company, but he said he doesn't want to be CEO. And everybody was like, because there were a lot of interns and young people, and they were like, what do you mean? I mean, that's the title that everybody craves for. Yeah? He said, if I can get someone to succeed me and run the company with the same idea, with the same goals, I am okay being at the back. Yeah? And that is one thing that we need to realize. Apple, the phone manufacturing company, yeah? The founder also became CEO and at some point even resigned. Microsoft, Bill Gates, owns only 1% of Microsoft at the moment. Is he the CEO? Only 1% with all his wealth. Yeah? So you don't have to own everything in the company. You don't have to be when you're starting and when you're bootstrapping, yes, you have to be the cleaner, you have to be the messenger, you have to be everything. Yeah? And you have to be the face of the company. That's something that I struggled with as well, because my communications team kept telling me there is no way this brand is going to be known without a face to it. But I wanted continuity of the brand without me being known. Yeah? So they know Vasili, and I think this is the time they are getting to see the faces behind Vasili, but they knew Vasili before they knew the faces. But what that means to me is, if someone else comes and I see they're capable of running the company, I would rather own 1% of $1 million company than 100% of 1,000 shillings company. Yeah? Sawa. So don't hold on to titles as much. It doesn't make sense. Is your business making money? Is it making sense? Are you an entrepreneur? Are you satisfying? What is an entrepreneur? It is someone who sees a problem and wants to solve it. Sometimes in terms of profit and sometimes for social purposes. Yeah. But in the end, we also want to look at our pockets. We are selfish. You want to look at the revenues. So if it's not making sense, as what I said earlier, don't get attached to too many things, not titles, don't get attached to it. Move on very fast. Sawa? Yes, so we go back into our groups. For the next 5 minutes, I want us to do the value proposition of our business idea, the customer segment, the channels, the key activities, the revenue, and when you're looking at the value proposition, we're also looking at what the competitors are doing. Sawa? Because I will ask questions. So in this case, I am an investor. I will invest in the company or in the business that I feel has answered the questions, all the questions. Sawa? Yes. Now we go back into our groups.
I can never be a teacher to save my life. Thank you, Vasili.
So yes, where we have reached, because we are not being given marks, we are just going to get an investor who is going to come in. If you convince me, yes, we shall invest in the idea. If you don't, ni sawa. But now, for now, I want us I want Jeremiah to talk to us about his entrepreneurship journey. And then after that, we shall go to the groups again, and just one person will give us the full idea. You don't have to read word by word. You can just summarize it as, this is the business idea, this is the value proposition, this is why customers will buy from us, this is how much it will cost for us to set up. We don't need an office, we need an office, and all that. Sawa? All right, Jeremiah.